Cast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, Ron here at Ablesys. Welcome to the webinar. I'll be glad to help and answer your questions, and we'll take a look at the charts. I'll show you the right way to use the software, and just been really working great. That's for sure. It's been a pretty fantastic year again. Intraday trading, end of day trading, swing trading. It's been great. Aided, got to be fair, aided by the extra volatility in the market. That just gives us an extra push. That's for sure. So it's been a lot of fun, and glad to have you here and do everything I can to help you. That's for sure. Count on that. You get top-notch support here. I'll do everything that I can, because nothing makes me happy to get the kind of emails that I get when people saying they've been doing so well and making a lot of money. So let's jump in and take a look. First chart I've got up here, I've got GLD up here, and we can take a look at anything. It doesn't matter. But this is a swing trading chart. I always do first half of the webinar for swing trading stocks, and then the second half of the webinar is always going to be the intraday day trading, the E-minis, because E-minis are by far the most popular market in the U.S. To day trade, and stocks, of course, are super popular to day trade, to swing trade and position trade for a longer term, especially for option traders. So I got a gold chart up here, and what we're looking for is we're looking for the blue bar, blue dot, and the blue. I've made them arrows, which could be an X, could be a big dot, doesn't matter. I just switched them over to arrows, and it's triple confirmation is what we need. We need to have both time frames. This is a 130-minute chart and a daily chart, both combined into one. So we've got two time frames, and we want the algorithm on both time frames to agree at the same time. They've got to confirm each other and be in agreement at the same time, and that would be right here. You've had nothing but arrows. In other words, you've had nothing but a buy signal on the daily chart for months now on the gold chart. But what we're waiting for is we're waiting for the 2 hour or the 130-minute, which is 2 hours and 10 minutes, to agree. Now, these black lines is a day. In between the day there's 3 bars per day, because 130 minutes into 390 minutes is 3 times. So there's three signals per day. So you've got everything all lined up here nicely. And wait a second. Okay, let me try that again. Sorry, a little technical glitch on my end. My error. Okay, so what we're looking for, and this is the same thing, is the gold chart. We're looking for the combination of the 130-minute, the first blue bar. Now you get a big dot in the middle, but that's not what we're looking for. People seem to get a little confused about that. It's the small dot and the big arrow. We want both the daily and the 2-hour chart to agree. They both have to come together. And at this point here, this is in between the black lines is a day. So this is today, this is yesterday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trading days ago, last week, trading gold, GLD, we had the buy signal on it at 170. We've got the blue bar, we've got the small blue dot underneath it, and we've got the blue arrow or the blue X. It's the exact same thing. I've just changed my X's to arrows. You make them arrows, dots, X's, anything you want. I just change them to arrows because I want it known that, you've got an arrow pointing up. Well, obviously that's the way the trend is going. And if it's blue, anything blue means we're going higher. You're in an uptrend. Stay in the trade. You're safe. As long as you stay above these little blue dots, stay in the trade. You're safe. That's exactly what it means. That's pretty easy. So we're up to 183 now. Buying a call option at 170, 1 week later you're at 183. That's a lot of money on that chart simply using the Able Trend indicator. Yeah, the key to Able is to follow the signals and to do what it says. That's the hardest part. Some people, you can give them tomorrow's results today and they'll lose. You go, well, how's that possible? Because they just can't do it. And I get that. Believe me, I know the feeling. If I trade on my emotion or my feelings, I'd be the worst trader in the world because it just doesn't make sense, a lot of things. But if you just focus on Able Trend's algorithm, which is certainly going to be a heck of a lot better than I can do or anybody else could do on their own, if you just focus in on the algorithm, on the signals and the double time frames in one chart, you will do excellent. That I can guarantee. I can also guarantee they'll be losing days. That I'll also guarantee. I'm not here to fool anybody. I tell it like it is. Everybody knows I'm a straight shooter. I don't fake anything. I tell everything. I show the winners. I show the losers. No cherry picking and no fake stuff going on here. Because that's not how I treat everybody the way that I would want to be. That's the fair way to do it. So I think you're gonna like what you see here. And we're going to just stay in this trade right now. Now you say, well, what do I do if I miss the beginning of the trade? If you miss the beginning of the trade, the places that you'd get in on the pullbacks back to the blue dots. Those are sweet spots, and there's where you'd want to enter a trade if you missed the beginning. No pullback here, so no sweet spot. So if you miss the beginning, you say, well, can I get in now? Well, you can do anything you like, but I wouldn't. I mean, you missed out on a monster move that the signal gave us a week ago. So you say, what do I do now? You move on to something else. And we have a list of stocks that we recommend trading on the website. It's called the Win Tick Report. It's included in the trial, and after the trial, it's a monthly fee or a yearly fee. Of course, the yearly, you get a better deal. As far as Able Trend is concerned, no monthly. After the 1 month trial, and everybody gets one 30-day trial, so you want to take it, best advantage of it you can. Do it. Don't do it now if you're going on vacation or something. Do it when you have the most time. I tell everybody, no, don't do it now. Do it when you have time. And then after the one month trial, it's either a 1 year license or a lifetime. For 1.5 times the 1 year, you get it for a lifetime. So that's obviously the much better deal. But it's up to you. Whatever you'd like, we'll do. And we always give a little discount before the trial ends. So while you're still on your trial, you get a little better price than the website. We usually have a little special going on. So that's the way we do it. And I think you're gonna really like what you see. And I always recommend everybody compare it to what you normally use. That's the key, is to compare it to what you normally use. So this way hey, is this really better than what I use? Well, you'll see what you think. I haven't had too many people in 16 years who haven't said that it wasn't better. Now, some people maybe say that it might be a little more than they can spend at this time or whatnot. Okay, that's fine, but you'll see the difference right away. It'll be obvious. Let's put it that way. It'll be very obvious. So this is an intraday mini NASDAQ chart. Let me just do something here. Let me get rid of this. 1 second here. Let me just make a little correction here. Here. Sometimes you get that little black line that you just saw, and I just wanted to refresh it. I mean, today started out really choppy. We were losing the first few trades. It was like, ugh, it's like, oh no, it's going to be one of these days. It's certainly going to be losing days. I make that real clear. It's not going to be, it's not a perfect system in the world, nor is this. Now, if you're a serious trader and take the trades that it says, and you're very disciplined and don't trade your emotions or your feelings and trade the signals, you're sitting on a lot of money. It's going to be a lot of fun. But that's, not everybody can do that. And that's okay. It's not, day trading's not for everybody. I put up 3 different charts. I just like to look at 3, but I don't want anybody starting out to look at all 3. It'd be very confusing. I'm doing this 16 years every minute of the day. So, after a while, it's just, you almost can do it with a blindfold on. And you'll get that way too. So, but my point is, start off with 1 chart. The 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute combination is what we suggest to day trade the E-minis because it works so fantastic. I mean, it's consistent year after year. It's not like, oh, you had a lucky month, you had a lucky year, or the market's real good right now. No. This is 20 years it's going on. And I promise it's not going to stop working today because you or I are using it, or we just started using it. It's working 20 years. I guarantee it's going to only get better, not worse, because we keep making it better every year. Not worse. Obviously, we make it better, little tweaks and this and that. We make it actually better. But I repeat for about the 5th time, there will be losing trades. I don't want you to think it's some kind of magic thing and you're just going to buy the program and you're going to be rich. I mean, that's fantasy world. And I'm not here to ever to mislead anybody or paint any unrealistic expectations. Would never want that done to me. It's a 3-9 chart for a little longer time frame. I love the 15-minute chart. It's my favorite chart because look at the 15-minute chart. The 15-minute chart was short since midnight. This is midnight, the black line going down. Since midnight, and I'm Eastern time. Since midnight Eastern time, it's been short all day long. Well, how do I know that? Because there's red dots above the prices all day long. When you have red dots above, it means you're in a downtrend all day long. That's the bigger trend. That doesn't mean we can't take a bicycle in the middle of the day. Absolutely we can. But the stronger trend, or the way the market wants to go, it's really trying hard to go lower. That's the path of least resistance, because the 15-minute chart has been short all day. You don't have a blue bar or a blue dot since midnight. Well, that's pretty powerful because normally it's is going to be a mix throughout the day. So right away, that's the first chart I look at. Right away, okay, the big trend is to the downside. The market wants to go lower. Again, I'll take some longs. I'll do whatever the signal says. I don't care what I think. It's what the software tells me to do. And that's where people get in trouble, and they're not that disciplined. It's the only time people have a little bit of trouble because they wind up looking at other indicators, or they wind up trading their feelings, or they didn't think that signal was going to be good, or they didn't take all the signals. Well, you can't be successful that way. Now you're trading your emotions. Now you're trading other things. You're not trading Abletrend. And that's okay. Anybody can do whatever they want with their money. Absolutely you can. But you can't say you're trading Abletrend then. You're trading your emotion system. You're trading your feelings and your emotions. And I can just tell you right now, save your money, because there isn't a person on earth that can win trading their emotions or their feelings. There isn't one. So that's just save your money, because I'm probably giving you some pretty good heads up there. And I talk to clients who trade millions of dollars with it. But what we're doing is we're looking for triple confirmation, just like I showed you before. Red bar, red dot, red cross. Okay. Now the bigger trend here, the 3-minute, are the arrows. I just have them pointing down. Great. There's the 2-minute. There's the 1 minute. There's the red bar. Technically speaking, that's a signal there. And we would have been stopped out right there because we put the stop 2 points above the high of the red bar. Ideally, we like to put the stop above the red dots, but that stop loss would have been like 30 points away, and there's just no way we're going with a 30-point stop loss. The ninth part about Abletrend are the no trade zones. No trade, no trade. This is a losing signal, and that's a sell signal. No trade. All of these signals this morning were no trade zones. Oh, that saved us a lot of money because it was a super choppy morning, and I don't care what indicator you're using. This morning, everybody got crushed. We just had, we didn't get beat up. We had a couple of losing trades, but half the morning we didn't even trade. The first 2 hours, we only had 2 trades, and we were out quickly with losses. We got stopped out, but we didn't have 4 or 5 or 6 trades like any other indicator would, because the no trade zones kept us out of trouble. That's the beauty of the indicator. 2 time frames combined into one. and we only take the trades when everything is the same color and everything agrees, oh boy, that really lowers our risk. Greatly lowers our risk. There's a triple confirmation buy signal. Stopped out on that one too. There's another triple confirmation sell signal. We lost because the blue bar there. First four trades, ugly. Winning trade here. There's a buy, clear cut, triple confirmation buy signal. No trade zone here. No trade zone there. Boy, that keep us out of a lot of trouble. And then we're out here, and that was a winning trade. Okay, that helps. Got back a little bit from this morning. Another triple confirmation sell signal. And of course, that was the big trade of the day. And what we were losing in the earlier, we got it all back, plus a lot more to the upside because of the huge trend. When you see 3-minute sell signals, 2-minute sell signals, 1-minute sell signals, all morning, all afternoon, just make it simple and stay in the trade. And 15-minute chart also. You had the 1-minute sell signal, 2-minute sell signal, 3-minute, 9-minute, 15-minute. If you're ever going to catch a big winner, that's the time to stay in the trade. And, sometimes you got to be a little gutsy and stay in the trade. And as long as you're below these red dots, as we were for almost 2 hours, the final 2 hours of the day, just stay in the trade. Yeah, there's going to be pullbacks. Yeah, there's going to be drawdowns. But you know what? We've got so much odds in our favor. Stick with it, and you know what? Catch the big trend. You got to catch the big one once in a while. If you don't, you can't be a winner. You've got to catch the big one, and sometimes you got to be a little gutsy, but only be gutsy when everything is tilted in our favor. Everything was just screaming at us to get short. As I said earlier, the 15-minute was short. I was waiting all day for this trade. I knew this trade was coming. I knew it was going lower because everything according to Able Trend, not what I thought. Able Trend kept saying it's going lower. The 3-9 was lower. The 9-minute, the 15-minute. Just go with it. Sometimes you just say, you know what? Hold your nose, close your eyes, and hit the button. And hit the buy or sell button. Sometimes you got to just do it. Because the software, it's just dead on. Now, technically speaking, there was a couple of places where we would have exited. We don't forget, we got the 2 green bar exit. I go through that more in the advanced or the webinar for clients who have the software. I go through that in the Thursday webinar, and that's when you have the two green bars in a row come in, and we put a little stop just a little bit above that. After we're in a minimum of 10 points profit. NQ is usually much smoother than ES. I do like RTY. The mini Russell's very smooth. That's a great chart to trade. But re-enter on the sweet spot. A sweet spot is a pullback back up to the red dot. You've got a 1-minute dot. I don't care what color the bar is. Those are great places to get short. When the prices pull back to support. Excellent. If you missed the beginning or you got stopped out, it's a simple re-entry. Look at all these sweet spots here. They would have been okay. You've got the 1-minute and the 2-minute and the 3-minute and the 9 and 15-minute. Everything was pointing to go down. When you have all those time frames, all those Able Trend sell signals on all those time frames, go short when you hit the red dots. If you have everything on the blue, everything blue, a 1-minute blue, a 2-minute, a 3-minute, a 9-minute, and a 15-minute all blue, meaning all on buy signals. Well, if you get stopped out or you miss the beginning of the trade, then you get in on the pullback to the blue dot. You did not have that here. You did not have the 9-minute and the 15-minute. Now, if you took that, that's okay. You still made a little bit of money because you'd be out, of course, on the red bar. So if you have everything in your favor, the first sweet spot is always the best one. But if you have every single time frame, obviously, that's just common sense. Get in on, if you can take the second one also. When everything is pointing in that direction, sometimes a little trade savvy comes in play. The Able Trend can't make the trade for us. We have to interpret the charts, and we've got to hit the buy or sell button. The first one is always the best, but when you've got everything going for you, and every single time frame, you had 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, 60-minute. I like to look at all the time frames. I mean, when you see everything pointing to the downside, you've got to just keep it simple. Just keep it simple and go with the software. You know, trade savvy helps. And it's not even trade savvy, it's common sense trading. Go with it is all I'm saying. You know, keep one lot. If it's a micro lot, if you're keep a micro, put a small trade on after the first sweet spot, which here's your second one, and there's even your third one. Go with a micro. Trade half your normal size. That's my point. I don't ever want anybody to do anything you're not comfortable with. That's first and foremost. But what I'm trying to say is, when you've got so much odds and you're just stacked in your favor, after you've got that first initial winning trade, which was worked out well, just re-enter the trade and just go with a smaller position. So this way you feel more comfortable. Because I just wanted everybody to catch a piece of that big, huge sell signal, which is, look at this trade. I mean, this was a 90-point winner before the market closed. Almost 100 points. That's $2,000 for one contract. We got a lot of clients who trade 5 and 10 and 20 lots. I'm just keeping it real low key, one lot. That's a heck of a move you don't want to be missing. That's one you just don't want to miss. So my point is, re-enter when, again, I must have said it 5 times, but sometimes I feel like I have to. Some people just, they tell me they're not understanding it. So I try and simplify it as much as possible. When you've got every single time frame screaming at us on a enable trend sell signal, place a small trade, something to get back into the trend, as long as you're still on, under the, have everything under the red dots and have everything going out favor. Because you need to catch the big trend. You don't catch this big trend, it's a losing day. It's a losing day because the morning was terrible. It was a choppy mess. Now, fortunately, half the day we weren't trading because of the great able trend no trade zones that kept us out of trouble. But all those trades, we were getting beat up this morning. We were getting killed. Fortunately, we had the big winner at the end of the day. Not only we get that back, we come out a winner at the end of the day. So just use a little common sense and follow the signals. You got to just do it. Sometimes you got to hold your nose and hit the button. A friend of mine told me that once. I said, you know what? That's a good one. I like that. So that's how we use it. We keep it simple. I'm here. And the most important thing is to do the one-on-one trading session that I'll do for you. It's a 15-minute one-on-one trading session. Take advantage of it, because I can show you more in 15 minutes than you can do in a whole month on your own. So try and take advantage of it, of the one-on-one trading. You only get one trial, so take advantage of that. And I'll gladly do that for you. I'm offering it. I'll do a 15-minute one-on-one trading session. And show you more in 15 minutes than I can, than you could do in hours on your own or all the webinars combined. So the no trade zones, Jayton, yeah, I must have showed you about 5 or 10 of those. It's simply when you have red and blue on the chart at the same time. Multiple colors on the chart at the same time means don't trade, stay away. We only trade when everything is blue, blue bar, blue dot, blue cross, blue arrow, when everything is blue or when everything is red. Otherwise, no trade. We want to keep it as low risk as possible. Hope that helps. Mark asking about the sweet spot in 950. Absolutely. Yes, sir. We've got actually a sweet spot there, the first one, and I always say the first one is the best one. Well, we had all the time frames in it. So you know what? Let's take the second one. This next sweet spot is right there, right at the red dot. Now, if you're a scalper, you just made 30 points, just made $600 in 2 minutes. The best places to scalp. Some people just like to stay in the trade a couple of minutes, hit and run for 5 or 10 points, whatever you want. That's up to you. The best places to scalp is when the prices hit the dots. And an even better place to scalp is when the prices hit the arrows, the 3-minute support or 3-minute resistance is an even better, that's an even safer, lower risk place to scalp. And I'm going to show that in the new scalping system that we're working on that I'm thinking, I mean, you cannot believe how much work it takes to kind of put this all together and have all our bases covered. I'm going to say I'm hoping my target date is 2 weeks from Thursday, but we'll see. I don't want to promise anything. 2 weeks from this Thursday is my target date. It's basically a scalping system that just gets you out or gets you in, and you just shooting for 5 or 10. Hey, you want to stay in the trend? It keeps on going down. You might do 30 or 40 points. Great, of course, but you definitely would want to take something off after you hit your target, whatever that may be. Scalpers usually use 5 or 10 points and NASDAQ points as a scalping. But yeah, the best places to scalp in and out in a couple of minutes, just a couple, 5, 10, maybe 10 points, is when the prices hit the dots or the arrows. Those are great places for a quick trade. So I hope this was helpful for you. I'm always glad to help. We've got tech support here. I'll do anything I can for you. Thanks for being here, everyone. See you here next, same place, same time on Thursday. Have a great night, and more importantly than trading and anything else, stay safe.